So RV living with a home base is about perfect for us. It's the greatest scenario that we could think of for the lifestyle we want to live. Me and Brandy are on the verge of wanting to hit the road and travel as much as we can, but yet Michaela and Mackenzie are still in their high school growing phase, shall we say. So allowing RV living with a home base allows us to not only have a place for me and Brandy to travel in our RV, but also allow the girls to do the things they want to do, such as finish high school with their friends, the extracurricular activities, and just finish growing up at home. Now, home is where we park it, and so we're able to park it at our sticks and bricks and let the girls do the things they want to do. So as we've discussed in a couple of previous videos about purging and downsizing, having a home base at your sticks and bricks makes that a little easier as well, because we don't feel as rushed. We're able to purge at our own pace, but we do have goals because we have some timelines we want to meet to get out here full time, as well as get Brandy's mom moved in. So we do have a time frame, but we don't feel as rushed, which allows us to participate in the girls' activities, such as, especially during the fall and the first of the school year, with football and competition cheerleading coming up. Michaela's first competition's this coming weekend, and they only have 4, but they're spread out over September and October, because I believe state is the first weekend in November. But with our home base, we're not as rushed, and we are able to go enjoy those things, and still, hopefully within the next week or so, we'll be, well, I'll say by the end of October, we'll be out here full time, me and Brandy. So we're looking forward to that. Can't wait. So this RV living with a home base scenario so far is working out pretty good for us. So let's talk a little bit about how we manage our water here at our home base in our rig. Typically, most RVs nowadays, whether you're driving a Class A or B or towing a Class C, have a city water intake as well as a freshwater tank. Our 37-foot travel trailer is no different. We do have a city water intake and a 52-gallon freshwater tank. Our gray's 37 and our black, I believe, is 37 as well. But our freshwater tank is 52 gallons, which is great because we get a lot more water if we need it. I've probably in the last 2 years had that totally full maybe once or twice. I usually keep it here at our home base about a third full or less. I always want water on board in case of emergencies. I clean our freshwater tank regularly. That way the water's not stagnant. I flush it through every couple weeks just to make sure we got some fresh water in there. Probably clean it with the bleach concentration every 2-3 months, maybe quarterly, to sanitize the freshwater tank. But while we're here at our home base, we are hooked up to a well, and so we have a hose hooked up to our city water intake. But just in case of emergencies, that's why I keep water in our freshwater tank, because if we have a hose bust or God forbid that the well pump go down, I don't want to be without water, so I always keep some water in our freshwater tank. So let's go outside and I'll show you a couple of items we use for our water management, as well as talk about our sources of water here at our home base. So we have 2 water sources here at our home base. We have city water, which provides water to the sticks and bricks, and then we also have a well in the well house here behind us that provides water to our rig. And as I mentioned in the previous video, we were fortunate enough to already have water out here in a spigot that was installed by Brandy's granddad to provide water out to what was previously a garden. Then it became a softball field, and now it's where we park our rig. So that's how we get our source of water to the rig. So we got a delivery in today. It's a new inline water pressure regulator. This one particularly is manufactured by Measureman. It is a gauged inline water pressure regulator. We had one in the past, but I broke it. And then we've always had our traditional 50 psi inline water pressure regulator, but it didn't have a gauge on it. This one is adjustable with a little screw valve at the top, so you can set the actual psi that's for your rig specifically. I've got it hooked up here at our home base. As you can see, it is easy to assemble. This particular one come already pre-regulated at 45 psi. I bumped mine up just a little bit because we are on a well here, so it kind of keeps our pressure regulated just about right at just below 50 psi is good with our well service here. But this kit come with the instruction manual, easy to follow, and it also come with some Teflon tape that you can apply from your connection to your hose connection. Nice carry case. Since I broke my first gauged one, I will take advantage of this for any time we head out to another site. I'll put that regulator in this carry case. If you don't have an inline water pressure regulator, I suggest that you get one for your rig, because each particular campsite, state national parks, home bases, the water pressure can fluctuate tremendously, and you don't want to blow out any pipes. So invest in a water pressure regulator. They're not that expensive. You can get the inline ones for probably under 20 bucks. This particular gauged one was, I believe, 29 is what I paid for this one, with the nice case and all. So we highly recommend you get a water pressure regulator. And I'll leave, like I said, a link in the description below of where we got ours. I wanted to mention the current hose we're now using. It's a 0G RV and marine hose. They come in 25 and 50 foot sections. They're lead free, which makes them drinking water safe. They're 40% lighter than the typical vinyl white or blue RV hose. They're kink free, abrasion and puncture resistant, and as you can see here, they're very flexible, which makes it easy to store. I wanted to share a couple other water related items we use for our rig. First one being our water filter. This one is manufactured by Camco. They're sold at online, Amazon, any of your camping stores. RV water filter. Shows you the arrow of the flow of the water. You hook this up to your water source. This goes towards the rig. It's a KDF carbon filled water filter. It is good. It's an exterior filter. It's good to make sure you keep out your bacteria and a lot of other things you don't want in your water system. We use this outside anytime I hook up to a water source. I have one of these on it. They say they last 3 to 6 months depending on your use. They say one will last you a good camping season. But as a full-timer, I change mine out every 3 months. I'll write on the back of it with a Sharpie the date that I've put it in, and 3 months later, I swap it out. I use this to fill my freshwater tank. It's slides right down into the inlet, hook it up, and let it roll. I can walk away. I don't have to sit there and hold the hose. I don't have to worry about getting the funnel. So this is dual purpose. It was bought to clean out my hot water heater, but I use it to also fill my freshwater tank. So anytime you can get something that has dual purposes, especially in full-time RV living, I highly suggest it. I also purchased a Faucet sock. This is a insulator for a water spigot for the upcoming winter months. That way, if I ever have to disconnect my line from the source, I can put this on there and keep it insulated so it doesn't freeze what's exposed to the elements. We also have a electric heater cord that we attach to our water line in the winter months to keep the line from freezing what's exposed. You attach it, very simple, you plug it up to your power source, usually next to your pedestal. It's a 20 amp source. You run your line along your water hose, and you can use a pool noodle or pipe insulation just to attach that line to your water hose, and it does very well keeping the hose from freezing. We also use a 90-degree elbow brass fitting to connect our hose to our rig. That way you don't have the weight of the hose pulling on that intake valve and either breaking it or causing a leak around that seal. So we use a 90-degree angle, a 90-degree elbow to hook our hose up to from our water source. So I'll also keep extra hose on board in my basement or garage, or however you word your storage underneath, pass-through compartment. And I'll show you an easy storage solution for these items as well. But I keep 25 feet of drinking water safe hose and 25 feet of just regular garden hose to wash the rig or wash the truck, or if I may need some water outside for whatever reason and I can't use my outdoor shower. I have a Y adapter that I typically, when I get to a site, I'll hook up to the water source. That way I can hook up my rig and then that outdoor water line. Storage tip: travel trailers or even fifth wheels with basements, these plastic bins, great for storing things and keeping them out of the elements. I have one for my extra sewer supplies. The one below that's got electrical gear in it. This is my water storage bin, and then I also keep my levelers in here as well in this storage bin. So it's Friday night, that means it's time for some Red Devil football, y'all. We're playing Morgan County. It's out in Madison, Georgia. That's about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes from our home base. It's a stormy night, so I'm not sure how much football we'll get in, but we're going to give it our best shot. But I had to run out here to the rig in search of some hair clippers. As you can see, it's time for a trim. That's the plus side, and can also be the downside of moving, is you don't have that far to move, but while you're in the middle of moving, you've got to search for things. So apparently Brandy said my clippers are out here in the rig, so let me find them, and then we're going to get on the road. Kenzie's got a friend that she's taking that's riding with us out to the ball game. Her and Brandy are in there getting ready now, so let me find my clippers, and then we'll head out to watch some football, y'all. So it's a lightning delay. Apparently we have to wait 30 minutes before we can resume the play.
How long are lightning delays?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. 30 whole minutes.
30 whole minutes.
That is stupid.
But
and that's on Luigi
That's
Love.
on Luigi Love.
So it's supposed to be luau, but like no one from Luau is here. But I'm hiding it, so you know no one even gonna get to see it. But it's okay. Look at our boys. Look at them warming up. Yeah, look at the boys.
We're making progress. We have players back on the field. He's cheering. Morning, guys. So we're fixing to head out on this beautiful Saturday morning to Lambert High School, home of the Cowboys, Longhorns. They're hosting a cheer competition today. It is the JV squad's first competition for this season. Varsity's already had one. They're 1-0. We've got to be up there at the high school. It's about 45 minutes to an hour away, depending on traffic. We got to be there at 11. It is 9:15, and we've got to head out as we got to stop and get some fuel for the belly, fuel for the car, and go cheer on some Red Devils. each and every competition. They put in a lot of hard work every day, and we only wish the best for them. So good luck, girls.
Loganville, you may take the floor.
So those are the items we use here at our home base to manage our water system, and a little bit about the process of how we take on water. Obviously, if we're boondocking, we use our freshwater tank, and the amount of water that you use is going to be based on your needs for your family. Easiest way to do that is fill up your freshwater tank while you're at a place that's got a source, i.e. a campground or at your home base, and just utilize your freshwater tank to see how long it will last your family. If you run out, you've got water there, and you can start over. But it'll give you a basic idea of how much water in your tank will last you. The items that we use are obviously optional. We have found that that's what works best for us, and we're always finding something new. If you have any ideas, or if you haven't found something that works better, let us know. Leave us a comment. Share it with the world, because we're always open for good ideas and better views. Like what you saw, give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell. As always, safe travels and awesome views.
That's not all, folks.
Fulfill our girls' needs. Hello. Hello. We also have a well that's in that house right there.
Anyways, so what? We're not doing too swell.
So, we have two sources of water here at our home base. The city water, which is going through. Come on, man, ducks are going crazy.